So, honey, we just finished the first season of Private Practice. You've seen, I think, the whole show already.
Years ago, yeah.
And this is season one. For me, I like Grey's, and I wanted to watch it, and I kind of knew cerebrally what was that there was a um uh just run down real quick. Like, who do we hate and who do we like in season one? I really liked Dell. He was probably my favorite up until like the end, like literally the last 5 minutes of the show. I like Sam again a lot until the last 5 minutes of the show. Poor Sam. What is it? Why is he the one getting all the weird side quests every episode? Like, everybody else is just doing like messy shit, and then he's like
I don't know.
delivering babies at gunpoint and breaking up old people fight club.
That was crazy.
That was so crazy. Oh Lord.
Old People Fight Club is crazy.
I will say the show in like tradition, in Shonda Rhimes tradition, is everybody else's stories feels to me more interesting than the story of the main character. You know, like, not like Meredith Grey, just her stories are just like not as compelling. Like, I found the stories that I found compelling about her were because I found like Derek or Christina a more compelling character than her directly. But that's just me.
You found Derek more compelling?
I mean, Derek's interactions and her relationship with Meredith, like their relationship, I found as an entity more compelling than her individually as a character.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, that's my opinion. Addison is very much like the Addison we see in the show is very different from the one in Grey's, I'd say. But I think that's also like she's like new start, new Addison. Yeah. I mean, she's like finished mourning her dead marriage to Derek, and the fact that she lost him to a intern. But
well, I think she lost him when she slept with Mark, dude.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that, you know.
Yeah.
Derek moving on is necessarily her losing.
True. I mean, she's a loser in her own right, to be fair, for that. Sorry, Mariah called and interrupted, and my phone auto-killed the recording, so I, starting off of that. I like Cooper and Violet a lot. Those two, I think, are my favorite characters. I also like Charlotte King a lot. She gives me Bailey vibes. Like, if Bailey was like
a dom.
Bailey's already a dom.
No, but I mean, like,
but like thoroughbred. Yeah, nah. Bailey like has her moments of just like, I'm not at work, I can be vulnerable. Charlotte King is like on all the time. I think Charlotte, Violet, and Cooper are my favorite. I think with Cooper probably being my favorite, next to Charlotte, and then Violet. Because Violet's shit with Alan during the first half of season one.
Cringe.
So cringe.
So cringe. That would not look good on me.
I don't know. Like, I don't understand simping that much for a human being.
He wasn't even fucking hot.
He wasn't. He looked like hot for like late 80s.
He did not look hot at all. Sorry.
Like, he was like 80s beauty standards for men, but also looked like he was like he was also like, he was hot when he was like back in the 80s, but now he's the early 2000s, and that was 20 years ago. Ugh.
I don't know. He's not hot.
No.
I don't think he ever was hot.
I think he also had a gap in his teeth.
Well, that doesn't bother me. What bothers me is the fact that he looked like he was 80.
He did look like why was he gray hair? Like, oh man, like how old are these characters supposed to be, right? Like mid-30s?
No idea.
Yeah, that's kind of the
I
vibe
think they're like 40.
Yeah, like in Alan looked like he was like 55 or some shit. Like he looked like he was at the cuffs, but he was like at that in-between point between like looking 40 and looking like you collect Social Security. Like that mid 55 Gen X like point where people are still trying to hold on to their youth like feudally. I don't know.
Gotcha.
Who are your favorite characters?
I don't really know if I like. Nobody's really like
Jumped out at you yet?
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I feel like Coop should have been honest about his feelings with Violet.
He absolutely should have.
I think that was a little shitty of him.
Like I think he should have been honest about it like way earlier. Like you're not doing anybody any favors with
like
that.
I was chilling with Sam until he like started sleeping with Naomi again.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of shitty.
I was rocking with Del Heavy until he forced himself on Naomi at the last 5 minutes of season 1. That was kind of gross. Coop's the last man standing. No, Pete's the last man standing, but then Pete still sucks too. I think it's basically Addison and do we have any criticisms about Naomi?
I feel like she like I don't know. I feel like she is I feel like she's really like heavily focused on like
Optics, maybe?
like the fact that like Sam left her.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know, like she could live a little.
She could. I don't think Sam or Naomi were ready to really be out of that marriage, to be honest.
Yeah, but like why didn't they I don't know. It's just like why didn't they fucking say something then? That bothered me too.
Well, I mean,
like they can't communicate to save their fucking lives.
It's a miracle they conceived a child. But then again, like, you know, taking the obvious, something has to drive the plot out of the equation. People in the early to mid 2000s were not great at relationships, nor were they good at communicating with their partner in effective ways. Like, this is like written by Shonda Rhimes, who like, you know, will write men to be like significantly less shitty than men are in real life, and you know, will also like, you know, write women to like not be as go along to get along in certain regards. I don't know, like I just think about like pop culture from like the you know like 2005 2006 when this was airing live, and I'm just like like you know, that people not being like, hey, let's go to couples counseling, and like having like people back then viewed therapy as like taboo, let alone couples counseling. It's cringe. Like the fact that they have a dedicated therapist on this show is probably huge in its own right, and they don't necessarily portray people's like mental issues as like inhuman. I mean, I do think that like the amount of times that like people want to stick things in orifices in this show based off psychiatric issues is a little much, to be honest.
That was really out of pocket for that one dude.
Yeah, it's like, why the fuck would you name him Trunk?
here's the thing. I get the nickname. I think it's fucked up to have a nickname
It's so
for one of your
fucked up.
patients.
It is. It is.
Like, genuinely. Like, that's... Like, you need your license removed.
Well, I mean, the fact that like they share files around each other is like pretty rough. I mean, I know that's like what they do in hospitals and stuff, but like, you know, I think like if Addison dating another patient is really rough, like, or trying to, because like that's like if you're it's a co-op.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you're one person's patient, you're everybody's patient.
Mm-hmm.
And like doctors should not be dating their fucking patients.
Yeah.
Like that's, I don't know if that, I don't think that's in the Hippocratic Oath, but it's certainly probably in the fucking ethics booklet somewhere. I don't know. Who do you dislike the most?
That's hard.
That's hard. I feel like, given we're only in season...
Somewhere between... most of the men. Like, Del might be a single inch up from the rest of them.
Yeah.
But they all fucking suck.
Yeah. What about the ladies? Addison's pretty inoffensive.
She's just bland, but like Violet gets on my fucking nerves.
Yeah.
Like, actually on my fucking nerves.
What about Naomi?
Again, like, I would love for her to have more depth in the next season than just like Sam's ex.
Yeah. Also, can we have like the other characters do fun side quests and not just Sam? Please and thank you. Like, this man's getting borderline traumatized every episode. Like he was dealing with a fucking typhoid infestation and shit at a convent. Oh Lord. I think for me, if I were to rate characters from ones that I like the most to least, it would be in order. Charlotte, Addison, I'd say Cooper, because Cooper didn't fucking force himself on anybody.
Besides Violet, like, I don't know, that pissed me off. Like, I understand why he didn't have sex with her, right? Mm-hmm. But the not communicating why he did, and then making it feel like it was her fault, dude, was so shitty incel behavior.
Yeah.
Like, she does not return your feelings, dude. Like,
I don't even think she knows about them.
No, she doesn't. And here's the thing, like, in her mind, because they've communicated that they're friends, that's Violet
the end of it.
Takes it as, that they're friends.
Face value. Yeah.
Like, she doesn't need to be so fucking, like, or he doesn't need to be so fucking shitty
passive
about it.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be
like,
passive about
sorry,
it.
actually, I'm not going to have sex with you. But not even tell her why. Like, agree to it, right? I don't know.
Yeah, no.
That pissed me off.
That's fair.
Like, you don't treat people like that.
Yeah. I get that.
It gave me the ick.
Yeah. I think a lot of my issue, like, it's like a lot of my issues with some of the characters in this show is more of like Sam and Del were at like the top spots for a long time, but now they're like much more towards the bottom.
Pete pisses me off.
Yeah, he's just...
He can't make up his mind. Like, either pursue her or don't.
Yeah,
but don't get in her fucking way, dude.
He's just super fucking indecisive. But I do find him to be the least offensive of the men. Like, after he's neck and neck with Cooper for me. Mm-hmm. Cooper to me is like generally gives off like Alex Karev vibes in a way. But like without the with just a different form of inability to communicate. Alex is not good at communication based around like trauma and being a meathead, and Cooper is not going to communicate because of insecurity and I'd say being a bit of a ditz. Yeah, but Charlotte King is the best character as far as I'm fucking concerned so far. How goes the graduation dress search?
I haven't found one that I'm like, yes, this is it,
We'll keep looking.
I've been looking.
If you want to help us get Meadow a dress for her graduation party next month, that she's graduating with her bachelor's, and you want to support us, consider doing so at himedia.gg/tip. $1 a month is a boon to my mental health. We are very poor. Have a good one, all. Catch you later.